So I'm at this garden today, and there is a lot of bindweed. As I've explained before, bindweed has an extensive root system and is really hard to get rid of once it's in your garden. The seeds can stay active or fertile for 50 years. So we don't want it to flower, and if you try digging it out and you break the roots, it's gonna cause new plants to grow up. So if you had one, you could have like 3 after you dig it. So the best thing to do is just go along and snap the vines, the soil, and it depletes the energy the plant needs to grow, because it needs the leaves to use for photosynthesis, and that's how they get their nutrients. So without this being able to get fed by the sun, they lose power in growing, and eventually the root system won't have enough nutrients to live and the plant will die, and this will be cleared up. But it's because of this. This is the old golf course, and they've mowed one path, but the rest of it, it's up past my knees now. If you watch, put my camera here. The grass is pretty tall. So they decommissioned the golf course. It's no longer used as a golf course, and somebody owns it but isn't taking care of it or maintaining it. So it's all gone to crap, and now people who invested a lot of money in their gardens on the backside, they're dealing with bindweed, lots of different kinds of weeds that they never had before because they would have been mowed, part of the golf course. And it's also really bad for mosquitoes. So I will get on with this and keep it recording. When I first started on this property, all the plants were engulfed in bindweed. You couldn't see any of the shrubs. Everything was covered. So we've made some progress. This is part of a lilac. But yeah, like I said, we've made progress because this bindweed on this property hasn't had the chance to bloom in a couple of years, so the seeds have been reduced. So there's that, but it's still a very bad situation. If you can't let this go, it will just take over again, which is a shame. Well, I find it a shame because people have invested quite a bit of money to make their backyards look very nice, and now they're all just going to waste a bit. We'll try to show you the part of the neighbor's garden where they had spent a lot of money buying bags of mulch, and they didn't understand how to remove bindweed and thought that by removing it, it was done. After a week, all the new mulch that they had put down was covered with vines. It does not take long for bindweed to grow and thrive, so there's one brave little hosta who's managing to live amongst all the lilac shoots. Gotta respect the hosta since they manage to grow pretty much through any kind of condition and tolerate a bit of neglect. But, so we'll go back this way. I used to take care and bag all the whatever, I'd pull out the weeds and this and that, but now I throw them over the edge because, well, it's just organic matter, so this poor little hosta's not doing too well, but maybe he'll bounce back. The bindweed here grows up through the wall from the grass where they haven't mowed, so I've always got to be careful to look for new invaders. Here they're growing up from the other side. And if we look at this sand cherry, I don't know if you can see, sort of, it's pretty gross. It's got aphids all over it. I don't know if you see the bottom of that leaf. Yeah, this should be probably sprayed. You can make a soapy mix at home with some dish soap, and you can spray it yourself. But yikes, it looks like there's a lot of ant holes here. Looks like the ants have moved in, which situation for the ants, because they'll eat the aphids on the sand cherry. And then they don't have too far to go home if their home is at the base of the shrub. What a mess. And talking to residents who live here, you know, they get fines, monetary fines, if they let their yard go to, you know, grow past maybe 15 inches or 15 centimeters or inches, I don't know. But they're not allowed to let their lawns go to rack and ruin like the golf course. And there's one property, the golf course takes up, I don't know, however many. I think it was a 9-hole golf course. And you know, they would have paid a premium to live on a golf course because, well, you know. And now they have the worst weed infestation that, whew, I feel bad for people. I've never noticed so many ants as there are today. It's kind of gross. This is all one big, ooh, ant nest, I think. It's like a condo building for ants. And the ants are okay outside, but just get too many and they're gonna start going into your home. Try to find more food. They're getting closer and closer. And ants tend to carry little seeds with them everywhere they go. I guess they're taking them home and they get dropped along the way and create new little weeds where there probably wouldn't have been if there hadn't been any ants. So. You gotta track them to the base and then pull them out. Oh, there's so many ants. Oh, so many ants. This isn't normal. So these little pink flowers are the bindweed. And when they pop, they're gonna let all their seeds go again. So I wish somebody would cut this. It would really cut down on a lot of the weeds. Like I always say, if you can get to them before they flower, that's the only thing you can do that's gonna still help. Whew. I'm gonna come back along and flip all the earth so that any of the little tiny weeds their roots will get exposed to the air, and that will prevent them from growing. A few of them might take, but they'll be easy to get out the next visit. Yeah, never quite know what's down here. A little bit like walking through seaweed. I feel like something's gonna come grab my foot. This is better. I feel like we're making progress in this section. Might not look like it, but this bush used to get covered. You couldn't see the flowers. I'll show you the flowers when I get out. Just in a tricky spot. So yeah, this guy used to get covered and you couldn't see the flowers very well. Same with this one. But we gave it a trim last year and it's doing a lot better this year, and I've been keeping the bindweed out as best as I can anyway. Not using a shovel to get weeds out feels a little wrong, but this is one of those times where it's the better way to remove the weed. Just try to get as much of the leaves out as possible, bindweed. See how this grows up. So I walk on it. I think these are actually buttercups. Have stepping on it. Also knowing that maybe not so much in this exact area, but pretty nearby there's infestations of ticks that'll get on you and get on your dog, the pets, and it can make you very sick and have to get treated with antibiotics for a very long time. So they love long grass and forested areas, so if the old golfing grounds aren't maintained, then ticks can move in and that'll cause other problems. So I don't think people think about all this. It's just maybe it doesn't look good, but there's a lot of good reasons to maintain your properties. That's crazy. Imagine once that was beautiful. You'd have golfers walking by and, you know, people want to make their houses look good and their properties look good. Oh, the mosquitoes are bad. This morning it was raining a little bit before I came out. And it might rain a little bit more later, but that's okay. Oh, got mosquitoes buzzing in the ear. It's very tight. Hard to reach. This one I hadn't gotten this spring. There's a lot more to get to, more important places, so whatever I can get. Seems like a losing battle. Try to stay positive. I hear noises and coming from somewhere on the golf course, but it's closed to the public and trespassing is forbidden, so I'm not exactly sure what's making the noise, but it is starting to rain, so I'm gonna go back and get my stuff. Get my bag. Go set up camp. It's past my knees. It's up to my waist. This is insane. Look at this. Crazy. That's the neighbor's house. Where the peonies are. All that had beautiful black mulch all over it. Now it's been taken over, overrun by bindweed. Figured out what the noise was. Somewhere over there, there's a guy riding around on a tractor or a 4x4. If you look, you can see his little flaggy thing over there. I don't know what he's doing. Hopefully mowing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for him to come approach me because it looks like I'm on private property, but, well, golf course private property, but I'm on the residence property, so I'd be curious if you came to say something. So I just have this little bit left, so we'll see what happens. Memories of the old golf course. Sometimes find golf balls still in the garden. We leave them. It's like little reminders of what was. More gross aphids. Different color this time. These ones are black, the other ones were white. I don't like bugs, but I don't like... There's so many. It's gross. Crazy. Well, actually, I'll give you a quick show. Should be okay. I can't quite get it all, but back it up. So that's pretty good. It's tidy for today.